If I had to invest, I would definitely go with something that's giving me income in dollars. That's a quite simple answer. Pakistani local e-commerce market is quite new, and the boom is still there, like
Yep.
around the Amazon stuff and the online
You can
fields.
bring in, unlimited amount of clients, but the problem is, if they are going from the back door, it actually puts a burden on sales team a lot.
Are you talking about? Okay, let's leave
Yeah.
it. I don't want to sound controversial
Most
here.
important part of sale is the client retention. How
Is
do
it
you
true
do for
for
2024, or will it change in 2024?
I don't think so. This can change because this is kind of the basics of the business, like doing B2B
Part
collaborations.
of agency owners, especially for Pakistan, is that they getting some kind of collaboration from agencies outside Pakistan, and then they basically outsource their workflows. Is it true
Why
for
do you think?
20? This is happening more now than before. Waleed, can you introduce yourself?
Gee, so my name is Mir Waleed. I am the CEO and founder of Amazon agency Scale Fortune. We work with Amazon sellers, Amazon brands to maximize their sales and help them, scale further on Amazon. So basically, that's what we do. About myself, I also have a YouTube channel. I was pretty active there. It's with my name as well. It's called Mir Waleed. So I basically make videos about Amazon and stuff. And now we have another channel which is called Scale Fortune, which is for the agency channel. So we try to make content out there to provide as much value to the audience as possible. So that's what we do.
Awesome, awesome. So, Waleed, when did you started Amazon, and how did you come about it?
So I started Amazon back in 2020. So I went back to Pakistan from UK after the when the COVID happened, basically. So after that, I came to know about extreme commerce. I got there, VBC, started learning from there. Went here and there to learn, different things about Amazon, like doing free internships. Then from there, by the end of 2020, as far as I remember, it was around December. I got my first project on from Upwork. That's where I started to, you know, my basically started my journey.
Nice, nice, nice. So, the first question that I will ask is, why did you come back?
Yeah, that's asked by a lot of people because as I, discussed earlier that I also have a YouTube channel with my own name. So I was kind of a regular content creator when I was in the UK because I was making uh, the educational content like how to study in the UK and how to go from Pakistan to UK and what problems international students are facing. Around these lines I was making content, and when I came back, a lot of students asked the similar question that you asked, like why you left the UK. So the main reason was obviously COVID. I was at the end of my studies, like it was my final year, and just before our exams, COVID came, and most of the international students, especially from Pakistan and India, because I studied from Manchester Metropolitan, so Manchester University and Metropolitan are like our neighbor universities in
Okay.
the same line. So all the like almost Pakistani community which we know were leaving UK because it was quite tense.
Yep.
Every business was like closed, and I was pretty confused, like what to do. I wanted to stay until my visa gets expired. So uh, then I asked my friends, and they were all ready, and they had like booked tickets and stuff, and so I was the one who booked the ticket for, like, it was the, I still remember it was the last ticket of PIA, and fortunately
Right.
I got that ticket and I had to come back. My intention personally was to come after maybe October or November when my visa gets expired, or in case I don't get any job or further opportunities there, I can uh, I was willing to come back. But COVID was one of the main reasons to came back to Pakistan. And then when the COVID happened, and that the airspace was closed, and uh, when we saw that the life is getting back to normal, I didn't had
Yeah.
the visa to go back. So I just focused on staying here and further explore Amazon and do
Yeah.
what I like.
So I'm gonna ask a similar question along that line. Is that you have obviously seen the UK life, and you have also heard that it's actually getting a bit more difficult than it was in 2020. So how do you see the life compared to UK and Pakistan, and what's the major difference that you felt as soon as you came back?
Yeah, I think the major difference we all so I'll share my experience. So the major difference is basically when you go to the UK, you have a luxury kind of lifestyle. If you go from Pakistan, right,
Yeah,
right, it's not like if you are a normal citizen there and you are saying like I'm living a luxury life. It's not like that. It's for the people like overseas people, you can say, like
yeah,
Pakistan, India, or you know uh, from the east basically. So that was the main difference, because I belong from um, a mountainous area, or you can say uh, a area in Pakistan where you don't see all these facilities in big cities of Pakistan like Islamabad and stuff. I belong from Gilgit, right? So uh, when we used to come to like Islamabad or Rawalpindi when we were like kids, we used to say, "Oh my God, what kind of world is this?" Because we are surrounded by all these mountains. So when I go back to from Pakistan, from Rawalpindi to UK, then obviously everything, the infrastructure and everything was different. The people were different. And when I came back, um, like I was traveling to my home from the airport, and I saw that people are crossing the roads without any lights,
yeah,
red lights and stuff. So
yeah,
I said, look how independent Pakistan is, and this
yeah,
is what we can't enjoy in the UK. So that was something like on the other side of things, like
yeah,
it was a real difference. And mostly you see UK as one of, I think, if I'm not wrong, one of the cleanest countries in the world. So yeah, the cleanness in Pakistan and versus UK,
yeah,
like around your surrounding, it gets like it's a huge difference. And I think when you come back from a country after 1.5 2 years, uh, it took me like few months for me to adjust in Pakistan. So that was quite you know struggling at the start. But when you get used to, like, you spend a month 2 months with your family, then your inner Pakistani comes out.
yeah. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Because when I came back from the way that's what I also noticed, that the cleanliness is yeah, it's really, it's a whole a different world, to be very honest. The
Mm.
cleanliness is and also the buildings as well, especially in Islamabad and Rawalpindi. We have like 3 or 4 story buildings, and when you go to Dubai, or I think in London or even in UK as well, you have high rise buildings. So that is a very different experience as well. So yeah, but yeah, I think the best thing that happened to Pakistanis was Amazon, in a way that now we can, or most of us can, earn a certain amount of living while sitting here, instead of, and we don't have to pay as much taxes as other people have to, and we can enjoy a certain amount of things here as well. Do you feel the same way, or is it better to go abroad and enjoy those things in their true form, or is it better if we do it in a desi form?
Yeah, I think I enjoy living in Pakistan, and I have like no literal plans to go
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
abroad,
makes
or
sense.
to shift abroad. Because as you said, like when you earn in dollars and staying in Pakistan, even though the inflation is quite high, like 40
Yeah,
50%, and for a normal guy who is living in Pakistan and have the PKR salary, then
Yeah.
it becomes quite difficult for them to manage. But I think we are quite lucky, and we are like chosen from, I think, Allah, that
Yeah.
He has
Alhamdulillah.
given
Yeah.
such opportunities, and we should, I think, focus on building what we are doing right now, like in our e-commerce community, and build stuff staying in Pakistan. Obviously, there is a like Pakistan is much cheaper than many other countries. You can, I think, if you earn a lot of money in dollars, like a normal money, even
Yeah.
according to UK and US, you can save a lot, and I think you can find a lot of opportunities, because the even the Pakistani local e-commerce market is quite new, and the boom is still there, like
Yeah.
around the Amazon stuff and the online fields. So I think my choice always has been Pakistan. Even though I was in the UK, I never had that like fixed kind of plans to stay abroad
Yeah.
and be there as a desi gora. So
Yeah.
I prefer from the very beginning. I prefer to stay in Pakistan and do whatever I can do in Pakistan. Yes, there are challenges. We have to face challenges, but it's okay. That's why we are here, to face challenges and get out of
Yeah.
these challenges. So my choice will be Pakistan, and I hope that I can stick to my words in the future as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to ask a similar question in this line that, you obviously said that, Shopify is booming, and, there are so many things that we have, a lot of opportunities in local e-commerce as well. But being yourself as being Mir Waleed, and, you have seen all of the lives, you have seen the mountainous region, you have seen the life in Rawalpindi, you have seen the life in UK. Uh, where would you invest, apart from Scale Fortune? Where would you invest as an investor?
That's quite interesting question. If I had to invest, I would definitely go with something that's giving me income in dollars. That's a quite simple answer. It can
Yeah.
be around anything, like it can be Amazon, it can be any business, like maybe Facebook monetization, YouTube automation, um, other e-commerce marketplaces, but specifically it should be uh, like any international currency, or most if it's dollars, that's what you call it, like
Yeah.
it's the proper investment to go with.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So a person should be here and have assets, outside the country, preferably in USD, and then yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And the other factor is, I think, because in if you have a agency in USA, or if you have a account in USA, or any investment in USA, the good thing is that the law protects you to some extent, rather than if you have asset in Pakistan, there is a higher chances of getting frauded, uh, or not. Like I could be wrong, because we are seeing a lot of frauds these days.
Are you talking about okay, let's leave
Yeah.
it. I don't want to sound controversial here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you are right. There are opportunities, but right now, if you think of Pakistan as an investor, then most of the people who are spending their money is around, I think, real estate. That's number one,
Yeah.
and that's our national business. And the other than that, I think our e-commerce is still quite on the low side, or you can say it hasn't expanded in a way that like other international markets. But hopefully in future, I think, once we see some stable structure in Pakistan, I know it's going to take time, but then you can
Yeah.
move on to like local marketplaces or local investments.
Yeah. Now I have a very weird question. It's actually around politics. So you have seen the politics in Pakistan, obviously. How was the politics in UK? Yeah.
Literally no idea. I like I never heard about politics from any of my like close mates or discussing people, we were the ones, like we Pakistanis were the ones who were discussing our politics there. I never heard of
Yeah.
like any politics out there, no news, no stuff. We didn't have like literally time to focus on the politics side of
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
And
yeah. Makes sense, makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's what I noticed, that a lot of other nations, they are not as much into politics as a Pakistani, because everywhere you go, no matter which age group you talk to or who you talk to, Pakistanis are very into politics. We talk about it, we almost live about it, because on our Facebooks, on our WhatsApp channels, I think every parent has a political opinion that they keep talking about every day. So I think national thing, or was it? Yeah, yeah. I could be wrong.
yeah, I think you are right, and I think it's good in a sense that we are a developing country, but I think the way we see into politics, it's quite different than what it needs to be. It's because of the system that we have, and it kind of trains everybody, because when you have like corrupt politicians on the top, they like they separate the poison in the whole nation, and they keep wasting their times debating, Imran Khan is right, Nawaz Sharif is right, Fazlur Rahman is right, he is wrong, you know so on.
Yeah, yeah,
So
makes sense.
I think it's because of the system. It's like it's corrupt, and I think even though people with uh, with good knowledge about politics, they keep on believing on the same system, because we all know that how our justice system is and how everything
Yeah,
works here. So I think we still keep ourselves fool on believing on such a corrupt system which has failed for past 70 years. And
yeah,
that's where parents and their kids and the adults, all of them, like literally waste their time, and we have been kind of part of it. So I think the change comes from your own home first and then goes out to the society. So yeah, let's bring change at our homes, and then we'll see who is wrong and who is right.
yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, that's actually very insightful. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So, Mir Waleed, I'm gonna ask you about Scale Fortune. So, at Scale Fortune, like, what's your expertise? Like, what's the thing that you enjoy doing? Not your expertise, but thing that you enjoy doing.
Are you talking about like myself or as a team?
Yeah, as you.
My
Yeah.
I love to do work around sales. I
Okay.
don't like
Nice.
working around like PPC or technical stuff. I used to do, but it's been quite a while. I'm not pretty much active on those side of things. I try to, bring sales to the table and work around them, and then managing the team basically.
Yeah, makes sense. So the most important part of sale is the client retention. How do you go about it? Like, do you have certain SOPs, or like how do you manage a client? Because you can bring in unlimited amount of clients, but the problem is if they are going from the back door, it actually puts a burden on sales team a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting question, because most of the time we are mostly focused on sales, 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 and we do not work on our operational side of things. So that's what I realized, and that that's what my observation when I met around different people and went to the event in Lahore as well, and generally in Facebook as well. So uh, my thing is, if you are focusing on the sales side of things, you have to be as good in the sales as for the operations as well. So if you can't deliver what your client is asking for, or you are not meeting their goals, then obviously one day your sale is going to be up, next day you have to bring two more leads, and so forth and so on. So basically I worked on my agency, like actual working on my agency from last December, and it's been like 4 months since I'm actively working on my agency. Before that, like I launched my agency in 2021, but like I wasn't working properly into it because I had like remote jobs and stuff, and I had I was just working around some freelance projects. So um, since I left my remote job in last November, then I decided, I'm not going to do any further remote jobs, and then fully focused on my agency. So that's where
Nice.
I decided, I have to work more towards sales, because obviously it's the backbone. Until and unless like you do not have like sales system in place, you can't work on your operations. So once you have sales, once you face the challenges, then you can, fix the operation side. So I think that's out of those two aspects, like sales, the other is operations. So you have to be very strong on operations, otherwise you are familiar with the competition out there. And I think it's the game of speed. A PPC client comes to you, you have to show
Yeah.
something like within 10 to 14 or 20 days. It's not like, okay, I'm optimizing your
Yeah.
bids for one month and your results are not coming. So if you keep doing that, the client is going to frustrate rather quickly than it used to happen in past. So I think it's a game of speed. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because yeah, and also it's the other thing that is happening is the competition is so much that every day a client is getting message from one of your competitors, and if you're not bringing enough clients, then it or if you're not bringing enough results, then the client gets agitated and just he texts someone else. It happens to us as well, where I try to close some lead, and then I usually see that client going towards someone else. So yeah, uh, uh, why do you think this is happening more now than before? I think it's because a lot of course sellers have been selling courses, and and the result of that we have a lot of people who actually know Amazon advertising, or is it because something else?
I think the separate of the word has gone so far that everyone around in Pakistan is now familiar with what is Amazon, and what is Amazon PPC. If you ask your, let's say, your plumber or your carpenter, and you say
Yeah,
like, I work on first they ask me like, what you do, I say I work from home. Okay, so what you do, like what work you do from home,
yeah,
then forcefully I have to say like, I
yeah.
work
Tell
on
them.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Okay, 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 you work on Amazon. Yeah, yeah, I work on Amazon. So you see, they know the
yeah.
Amazon stuff. So it has spread everywhere. And that's why, like, I think people are jumping on Amazon. And if they fail on Amazon, like especially newbies, if they try for like 3 months, they don't get what they want, then they skip, they jump onto some other field, and it keeps on going. It's a loop, I think. So that's why I think most people are coming towards Amazon. And yeah, obviously, in the past you must have seen a lot of success stories, and people
Yeah.
get motivated from there as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, Waleed, what's your advice to the people who are just starting out now or something? A person who has no knowledge of Amazon, would you advise them to start Amazon, or what will be your advice, like as a sincere person to that? Yeah,
I think if they are starting new, whether I think if I mean, if they are thinking about whether to choose Amazon, whether to go into some other department, they must first get some inspiration from someone who has already like achieved a goal, or maybe around their circles, or maybe around the community, or elsewhere. It can be a YouTube video, it can be anything. So what my advice always has been, go for like inspiration. Or secondly, if you think there are 3 to 4 skills that you think that it can turn around to be good, or you have seen success stories, or people talking about that, um, try to watch at least some basic knowledge from YouTube or anywhere, from anywhere you get. And out of those 3, choose the one which you think that your personality or your your brain can work on one of them with like full potential. So go with one of them, and at least take 6 months on that particular skill, and you can spend like first 2 to 3 months about learning stuff and make your skill stronger, and then go towards sales side. Most people fail because of they have like good technical skill, but they can't communicate or can't find clients. So
Yep.
the advice to them would be go into different agencies, join foreign or local agencies, get the experience you want, or work under some individual who is much experienced than you, and get the knowledge from there. So it's basically about knowledge. The problem is people are not passionate enough. I remember myself when I came back from the UK. It took me 6 months to get my first project on my freelancing career, and I was like, after 2 to 3 months, I had the same feeling. I was about to quit every day, but I had to come back and work hard for to get that first project and go from there. So people don't really wait and they want to see some quick results. It doesn't work like that. Like shortcut is not your future. So you have to invest your time, like you invest your 4 years in any degree, and after
Yeah.
wasting your 4 years you think like it's not going to do any wonders. Like on the last semester you start thinking like, okay, now what's next? We have spent 4 years. So the 6 months is, I think it's quite uh, shorter time to invest
Yeah.
on those 6 months. So I think if you are uh, like if you want to achieve something or want to do something for yourself, then at least you have to spend some 6 months on it.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so Waleed, I do have a relating question to it, that you have studied from UK, and there are people who are studying from local universities. What's the major difference that you have noticed?
uh, the major difference, I think, what I have noticed is, so I had the engineering background. So engineering
Mashallah.
in UK is much easier than in Pakistan. That's what I have noticed, because I have been in the system, the Pakistani or the local system, like in the local universities for around 1 to 2 years, right? So I know the Pakistani system as well. Like I've studied here and I've studied in the UK as well, because it was kind of a transfer program. So I went to the UK for 2 years and I have lived in Pakistan for 2 years for studies purposes. So I think the Pakistani course works, or our exams were much harder than what we get in the UK. So basically, after our first year, or you can say after 6 months, we kind of hijacked the UK examination system. uh, so basically, we learned like how the system works. I was kind of late when I arrived in the UK. Like I had to be there on 18th or 20th September, and I reached the UK on 4th of October, and 10th of
Oh,
October I had to face my first exam, and we were quite stressed about like what to do. I had another
yep,
friend with
yep.
me, and we really didn't know, and fortunately that those were kind of uh, exams that didn't had quite a high weightage in terms of numbers. So we got through that, and then we met with different people, and fortunately we met a Pakistani friend over there, like a British Pakistani. So he kind of guided us like how the system works and how you have to be familiar. Most of the people, when they go there, they kind of get into stress because they don't understand all of the stuff out there. And if you go into the classes, you will find that the international students and even the British students, they don't care what the teacher is teaching, and they had like cell phones in their hands and they are not taking anything serious. And when you sit in a similar class in Pakistan, um, you dare to say anything in front
Yeah.
of your professor.
Yeah.
So that's a major difference, and I think I found it quite easy in the UK than in Pakistan.
Nice, nice, nice. So if someone wants to really do engineering and has low marks, he should move to, UK, complete his degree and then come back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I would add another point to it. It's in the UK, it's mostly about self-learning, and
Oh,
most of your work depends on how you do the research and how you do the lab work and stuff. So that's where I think you learn more about it because of the engineering background. I think what I feel is, the Google skills I have is like much stronger than any
yeah.
random guy out there. So I think that's because of, we have to do most of the work by ourselves.
Nice, nice, nice. Makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to switch back to Amazon. So after Amazon, what do you think is the most reliable platform for e-commerce?
After Amazon, I haven't got out of like Amazon. Like, I haven't tried any other
Yeah.
platform. But if we talk about the recent times, I think people are switching towards Walmart, and TikTok Shop is like on in the trending side of e-commerce. And I think these are the two platforms to focus on. If I don't have, like, if you ask me personally, if I didn't had to focus on Amazon, I would switch to these platforms.
Yeah, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Still, Amazon has a lot of potential. I think there are so many brands out there that need help of Amazon agency owners. Do you think that there should be something that should connect the agency owners? Obviously, there is one conference, but recently I was thinking there should be kind of a union or something of just Amazon owners, the agency owners, so that we can understand the bad clients, because you may have noticed that there are a lot of bad clients that come to one agency, work there for like 1 month or 1.5 month, and then they fight the agency owner, and then they go to the other one, and then they go to the other one, and then they go to the other one, and like that they complete their whole year.
So are you talking about like this is done by the Amazon sellers, or like
Amazon
any?
sellers, yeah. Amazon sellers, yeah.
Yeah, I think it can be, because I think collaboration is one thing that can, help you go further. And the recent event in Lahore about like the reality check, I think it was great to be kind of connected with different agency owners, and you
Yep.
you come across like different learning processes from these guys. And I think realistically, if you have to ask all the agency owners to come under one platform, I think it won't be possible, because there are a lot of agencies which are coming new into the space, and you don't know
Yeah.
about them. They are not comfortable, join your groups. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, but yeah, I think on a different level, different agencies can do collaboration, and I think that can help you, go ahead.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also, I think the most successful part of agency owners, especially for Pakistan, is that they getting some kind of collaboration from agencies outside Pakistan, and then they basically outsource their workflows. Is it true for 2024, or will it change in 2024?
I don't think so. This can change, because this is kind of the basics of the business, like be doing B2B collaborations. I'm also
Yep.
doing one of the collaborations. It's not like an agency, it's like a guy who is already a seller on Amazon, and he's kind of working towards, building a career in this space, like on the services space. So basically, we are the back office of his like clients. It's in the initial phases, like we are kind of
Makes sense. Makes
testing,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, like our transparency and honesty.
Yeah.
So after that, we obviously, once we get through these phases, then it can work. But I think this has nothing to do with Amazon, I think, and or the agency space or the services space. This goes until there is e-commerce or there is, services business, I think.
Makes a lot of sense because a lot of people do collaborate, especially I think it started with the technology department where NetSol and other companies they outsource their work to Pakistanis, and then slowly especially in Islamabad, if you look at it, there are a lot of companies like I think they named themselves Move or something. Keep Trucking, that was the company, and then there are a lot of agencies that have outsourced the whole departments or whole offices in Pakistan. I think this is the way of business going forward. But the other question I have is, the inflation is so high, at one point it is going to, I think, if it stays like that, then it is going to be very difficult to manage the compensation here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you compare the prices of different items this year versus the last year, you would literally see everything is going double.
Yeah,
And the prediction, or what the people are saying, is that it's not going to stop for an unknown period, because we live
yeah,
in Pakistan. So we never know when it is going to stop. So I think what we can do, like, we don't have to like much focus on this side of things, because when you focus more on, the 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 condition of your country and what's going on in the world, or specifically in your country, about inflation and stuff, uh, you kind of get frustrated with Pakistan, and then
yeah,
you start thinking of going out of Pakistan and
yeah,
get a living abroad. And
yeah,
people don't realize that abroad is not that easy as well. It's going
yeah,
to, I think, if you are living in a family system in Pakistan, it's going to be much harder for you abroad as well, because living
yeah.
alone for years and then building out something out of it is not difficult. So yeah, that's the thing. I think as a Muslim, or as a, yeah, as a Muslim, we have to face challenges. It's
Yeah,
going to be like that forever. So if you are a Muslim, then you have to be ready to face even worse than that. And even if you see around, like, what's happening in Palestine and around there, I think we are living in like heaven, literally. So yeah,
yeah,
just
that makes a lot of
yeah,
sense. Yeah,
so I think just to thank God for what He has given us, and I think just keep progressing for your country.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, and on Scale Fortune, do you guys provide the whole A to Z services, or it's just advertising, or is it just something else?
It's mainly about advertising. We do provide some sort of like creatives service as well, and it works around like advertising and account management and creatives.
Yeah, makes sense. So, Waleed, what do you think? What country has better creative quality? So, or what countries freelancers provide better service in creatives? Because I think, uh, uh, like you can talk about it in a better way, that uh, the atmosphere or the things in UK are slightly or e-commerce in UK is slightly different than e-commerce in USA. The creatives and the way of things, and also the even some words in English language, the way or the things that they call it, especially the keywords, that is different. So do you see the same kind of difference in creatives as well, or is it same?
I think as far as the text is concerned, I think it can be a little different. But creatives, what I believe is creatives is everything about your creativity and your awareness about how you are looking into making that product into kind of, you can say, a brand. So I think that goes around it. And if you are creative enough living in Pakistan or living in UK, it doesn't matter. And most of the like people, like, you see quality work here in Pakistan as well. Like, they do tremendous work. And if you know, like, AMG One Stop, you must be familiar about them.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think, yeah, they are doing pretty much great stuff. Because I think 2 years ago, I had a client who was working with them in like making his products creatives. And yeah, their work was like pretty awesome. So yeah, it depends where you want to go with, because I think if you talk about the text and the language stuff, like British accent, like if we talk about even the accent, US accent is a bit different, and then
Yeah.
British accent, so there is a difference in the wording. So I think if we are living in the world of artificial intelligence, so everything
Yeah,
can get
yeah,
fixed.
yeah, yeah. So, have you tried the artificial intelligence image generation or not? And what's your thought about it?
I recently actively started working on ChatGPT to try like what's out there. Before that, I wasn't taking that much seriously,
Yeah.
uh, and I think it does a good job. I don't know about like other tools which are used for, especially for the images, but I have used ChatGPT and features inside ChatGPT. I wasn't quite impressed with how they generate. I think it's quite beginner stuff, but I think it's still, it's saving a lot of your like time. And I think um, if you put some prompt into ChatGPT, and I was quite shocked that, the spelling that I have put on ChatGPT is literally 180-degree different than what we saw in the image. So I don't know about like other tools, but as far as ChatGPT, I think uh, like from past 30 days I've been experimenting different stuff. I'm not quite impressed with how they generate, like this tool generate images. Maybe, there is some other feature I'm missing. So if anyone knows, please comment down below and let us know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that makes a lot of sense because ChatGPT does make a lot of issues. Also, the Amazon also has a generative image in its, when you try to upload a creative, it also asks you, I can generate that for you. But that was also giving a lot of problems because they like if you have to put a very specific command, and I think general commands are good, but if you put in a very specific command, it actually fails to generate anything. So yeah, maybe in 4 years time it will be able to generate something good. But yeah. And also, Waleed, do you watch films or something, like, do you watch them?
No, I don't watch them frequently, like once in a
Okay.
year.
Okay. So what I was noticing was like graphics quality in 2005 or 2007, especially for Spider-Man, was way better than graphics quality now. So especially for the Marvel movies. So yeah, that's what I was going for. That we if you look at it like that, we are actually getting worse in the graphics technology and storyline. So as we progress forward, so yeah, that was going to be my point.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure about that because I haven't focused on that side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So, do you often visit Gilgit, or you try to stay in Rawalpindi more?
Yeah, most of the time I'm in like Rawalpindi, and in summers, like for a month or two, we visit there. And like because my half family is there, and
Nice,
like I and my wife are here, so we have to go there, and we have like our house and stuff there. We
nice,
enjoy there.
mashallah, mashallah.
We have like different our dishes that we can eat there easily, like mamtu
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
If anyone has
yeah,
eaten those, like the dumplings. And
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
so
great.
for
Yeah,
kind of vacations, we go there
yeah,
because everything is like accessible for us. They're like going around and visiting different places, off-road drives and camping.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have like no
That's what I
issues.
was going to ask you. Like, how is the off-road driving there? Because I have a friend who is, Gilgiti, and he, keeps sending me, those off-road videos, and yeah, makes me jealous.
Yeah, my brother, who is elder than me, he's a travel enthusiast, and like he travels a lot. He does a lot of
Nice.
off-roading, and he does it like 12 months 12 months a year almost.
Nice,
So
nice.
yeah, on weekends, like whenever he gets time, he goes there and with friends. So when we go there, we try to uh, do camping uh, once at
Nice,
least. So we go into the mountains. We had like literally some toughest tracks in our lives, which are really tough to track to the top of the mountain and stay there, and like above, you can say 10,000 feet height. You
oh
go
nice,
by trekking. So yeah, but we love to do these sort of things because we are kind of trained from childhood to
nice.
do such things. And especially my my mother's village in Gilgit is kind of a more mountainous or much more beautiful area than
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms of
makes sense.
greenery, you can say, than around Gilgit. Gilgit is more like you can say like dry mountains. It's more like
Yeah,
Dubai, you can say.
okay.
You know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why like we are used to it.
Nice, nice, nice. So we are actually, getting to the 45-minute mark. So I will like to, stop it here. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Waleed. Do you have any closing remarks?
Not really. Like it was really nice talking to you, and I would like to thank you especially for your patience, because you guys had reached me out quite like a while ago, but it was like I wasn't ready for it. But yeah, I think you are doing amazing job and keep providing value to the audience.
Thank you so much.